What's going on, everybody? Matt's Geek Corner here again with another gaming episode. So, in the most recent years, we've seen a boom in the return of retro games. So, we have everything from Double Dragon, Medieval, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Team Racing, even some indie titles have kind of taken a step back to the old days of retro games. And most recently, we've gotten the return of Streets of Rage. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to recap the original trilogy and see if that still holds up today. Now, I won't be covering all three games from the original trilogy, just the first one in this episode. So let's go ahead and jump into that and see if that game still holds up today. Okay, so before we get into if the game holds up today, let's get into the pros and cons of the game. And I'm going to start with the cons. There's not a whole lot that I disliked about this game. The only thing that I really still don't like to this day about this game is that some of the bosses can be incredibly challenging. And it's 3 bosses, or 4 bosses if you're counting Mr. X in particular. So the first boss that you fight, or you come across that I remember, is the guy with the claws on his hand. So he looks kind of like Wolverine. And he's just going diagonally around the screen, just swinging left and right, hitting you non-stop, and it's sometimes hard to get a hit in on him unless you have a special move and you can just, call in basically an airstrike is what it is, and it knocks him down. So he can be a little tough. The second guy who is pretty tough is the guy that spits fire, and the reason I don't like him is because he goes basically diagonally around the screen, and it's kind of hard to get a hit in on him sometimes. You got to know where he's going to be, what side he's going to be coming from. That way you can just kind of get some punches in. And the final boss that gave me the most trouble, and you keep in mind, you fight all the bosses a second time in the final level, is the 2 twins who look like Blaze, but they're color swapped. So they're green and purple, I believe, instead of the, typical red that she is. They can be a real challenge because they constantly jump up and down the screen, and you almost can never get a punch in on them. And it can be pretty tough, even if you're using the cheat codes for extra lives and continues and all that. You can still, go through an entire set of continues and lives just by trying to fight these 2 bosses. And it has happened to me. I've had that happen multiple times, and it's always been that thing where I get to the final level of the game and I'm not able to get to the final boss because these 2 have just royally kicked my butt. And my other one gripe about this game is that you have a special move throughout the entire game, but they take that special move away in the final mission, and it just makes it a little more challenging. It's doable, but it can be challenging if you're not used to it. And in the final level, you do go through all of the bosses again, so it's like a Mega Man type thing where you fight every boss, except you're going from point A to point B, and you don't have a chance to refill your health or anything, so you gotta be careful with, getting hit and taken out and everything. So those are pretty much my cons on the game. Let's get into the pros. The game still holds up to this day. I still enjoy playing it. Even if I'm getting my butt handed to me, I still enjoy playing the game. It's still fun. The music still holds up to this day. I feel like the music was made yesterday or last year. It's still that good of a soundtrack. And the combat is still very fluid. I like the fact that you can grab enemies and throw them across the screen to kind of, counter and everything. The weapons are still fun to use. The special is still fun. I think all 3 of the characters might have different specials. I usually only play as Adam, so I don't know if the other 2 have the same special moves as him, but his is a sort of airstrike. He calls in the police, and they shoot a rocket. It flies across the screen, lands, and makes a circle or a ring of fire around everybody, basically taking them all out. So that's pretty fun. The regular enemies are pretty easy to take out. They're not that hard. The only ones who can be kind of a challenge or kind of a pain are the guys with the knives. Other than that, they're not too bad. And then maybe the guy who does the karate, the ninja looking guy, he can be a little tough too. But most of them are pretty easy to take out. And I would say if you're going to start up Streets of Rage 4 and you're looking to go back and play the originals, definitely give this one a chance. It is very much a fun game to play. If you enjoyed Streets of Rage 4, you're definitely going to enjoy this. I mean, it might not be for everybody, but definitely give this one a chance, and then definitely jump into Streets of Rage 2 and 3, because those are just as fun as this one. And I'm going to be covering those two as well. You can find Streets of Rage 1 pretty much anywhere. It's available on Android, iPhone, a couple of Sega Genesis discs on the PS4, the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One. Xbox 360 has digital or Xbox Live Arcade versions that are also compatible with the Xbox One. So you can pretty much find this game on anything, any system made today. I'm pretty sure it's available on the Apple smartwatch, the Android smartwatch, smart refrigerators. I mean, I may have made that joke in another video, but it's probably true. You can probably play them on multiple devices. So, definitely give it a chance. And that's about all I have to say on that. I still love the game, and I would love to talk to you guys about it. So if you're a Streets of Rage fan, let's definitely talk about this down in the comments below. I mean, you're welcome to talk about Streets of Rage 4 also. I've played the game. It was awesome. I will be doing a review on it soon. Still playing through it, trying to, gather my thoughts on it, but let's talk about that too as well. If you enjoyed the gameplay that you saw here, please be sure to check out my Twitch channel. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. The link is down below. You can check that out. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring that bell to be notified when new videos go live. Share it with your friends and family. And as always, I will see you guys in the next episode when we talk about Streets of Rage 2. Y'all take it easy.